It was such an easy thing for us to just say, Autumn, Eric, it's yours. Make this look amazing.
If you've ever designed a home, you know how exciting it can be. And naturally, you want to project yourself, your preferences, and your unique vision into the space. This is especially true with a tiny home. It's a fun little canvas to express yourself. And that's fine if you're building it for yourself. But when you are creating a tiny home investment, something to rent out as a vacation home, you're much better off to set your preferences aside and design it for a broad audience. But every once in a while, someone comes through who has a way to personalize the home that is truly universal. Spencer was one of those people. Have a look.
I'm Spence Anderson, and I am a chiropractic physician here in Southern Utah, and I'm an outdoor enthusiast, and I love everything about the outdoors. So I'm a photographer by hobby. I love landscape photography. Landscape photography to me is basically where I feel my greatest passion. I'm also from Alaska, and one of my passions is waterfalls. I wanted to create something that was such a unique experience for people where they could be in the desert but yet be surrounded by water. So one of the things that we wanted to do was actually take one of my pictures and actually stick it on the faceplate of the stairs. And so that's why we named it The Falls, because it is something that is centered around waterfalls. We built this home primarily for a rental. We brought it up here to the resort so that it could be rented out, so that we could share this beautiful area with anybody who wants to come in and experience it, but also as an investment property for us. I've not been able to see or find anything where it is a better ROI for the cost of what I would put potentially into it. We worked with Zion Tiny Home to create this home. This is a masterpiece that has come from their mindsets. They have such a keen eye for detail. Autumn is very particular about the uniqueness and the details of everything. When we designed this home, we changed it up a little bit. There was definitely some design manipulation that happened. And we threw things at Eric that he said yes, and I think immediately he regretted saying yes. But the genius that he is, he was able to figure out how to make it work. He has done things that I didn't think was possible. Like, how do you do shiplap around a corner or a curve? It's his brainchild, and he put everything into it. So I'm grateful for the expertise and the quality of work that they do. We actually figured out the outside color before we decided what we were going to do on the inside. I love the color blue. And then it just naturally tied in the fact that it is also associated with water. So it just kind of worked out. With this home being an 18-footer, we were very limited to the space that we have. We could have either had a loft over kind of behind where you are, and then we have the bedroom up top. I don't like the idea of people walking up and down ladders. I wanted a staircase, because a staircase that has a nice fluid pattern that goes around is a much safer means of getting up and down. My parents, I would completely feel comfortable having my parents walk up and down these stairs. I would not have them feel comfortable going up and down ladders. So we eliminated the loft. We moved the kitchen from where the front of the home would be to over here to the side. And that way it opened up this to be a very much bigger area for us to have that experience. I wanted to go with the smaller one because it was a much easier entry point for us. The return on investment is by far better because it isn't as expensive as the 30-footers or the 28-footers. An 18-footer, yeah, it's small, but again, we're in a tiny home. We want it to be a tiny home, but yet have the experience of such a bigger space.
So Spencer, talk to me a little bit about this amazing staircase. You're the first person to do these awesome pictures, and what I understand is you actually took this picture.
I did.
So tell me a little bit about it and where it was from.
So this picture is actually taken in the Reckless Recreation area, which is just kind of outside of Leeds, which is just a few miles away from Hurricane. And it's not very common you actually see water flowing over the falls.
Yeah.
And we were very fortunate that day to actually get basically this shot here. It's one of my favorite shots that I've ever taken in my life, and I am so proud to be able to put it on the faceplate.
This is the perfect example of how an investor can take what they love and what they want in their tiny home and turn it into something that's going to give them bookings instead of take it away. I'm always in the whole, don't personalize it too much, don't personalize, but that's the perfect way to personalize it because everybody loves waterfalls. It's something that is beautiful and can bring into your tiny home, and it made it kind of the focal point of this tiny home, and I love it.
And I love the fact that you guys put the LED lighting over the stairs because it illuminates every aspect of these waterfalls.
Exactly.
Now, this waterfall is not a full image of what the actual picture is. I do have that picture in the book that I have here in the home.
Yep.
And so when you come and visit here and stay here in this home, that photo is something you can look at.
So tell me a little bit about the way this wall curved. I remember Eric stressing like no other.
Again, it kind of flows with the concept of water. I wanted it to be something where it just kind of made it very transitional from the lower level up to the upper level. And I wanted it to be very smooth. And so that's why I love the concept of the curve within the staircase. Cannot tell the difference between what we have on the curve versus the rest of the walls. And Eric did just such an amazing job at that.
Yeah, he ended up having to take it piece by piece and slowly curve every single piece. And it was actually a different material than what we used on the regular walls, but it painted the same. And
I felt so bad that we were having Eric do this, but man, I am so glad that he took the challenge and ran with it. It looks beautiful.
Eric's amazing. Okay, so it's my understanding that this little area of the tiny home was actually a mistake. The reason that it's here is this model that you picked is for a 24-footer, and the fridge is actually supposed to go in the staircase, right? So we kind of ran out of space real fast, didn't we, in the little 18-footer. So Eric's brilliant idea was to put it all in this little area.
And which created a lot of uniqueness to this home.
Oh, yes.
Because, yes, we have the fridge here, the microwave is here, but where was the TV going to go?
Yeah.
And so that's why he came up with this concept. So now you can have the TV that's pulled open, ready to go, and yet we can close it when you're not wanting to watch TV.
Yep.
Opens everything up quite nicely.
Exactly.
Really love it. And the other thing that came about this is not necessarily just because we had the TV up here, but we also had a space down below, and that's why we have this.
All the storage.
All the storage. I love the fact that he did it on the opposite side because it's very much a kitchen event. You have all the glasses and some different spices and utensils that are on this side of it, all within the working area of the kitchen. So I love the fact that he thought forward in that respect so that we didn't have to come all the way around here to this side
and grab it
to create that.
Yeah.
So Eric, again, the wizard.
Great.
Did a great job.
Yep. And I love the fact that it's right next to the fridge.
Yeah.
So like if you're envisioning being in the home, you're gonna grab some juice and then you're gonna grab a cup and it's all right next to the fridge.
All right there.
So I love that, and I love the fact that you have stand-up storage because one thing this tiny home doesn't have is top cabinets.
Right.
So this replaced the top cabinet because it's got the fridge, the microwave, the TV, the cups, like utensils, everything in this little area.
It's like the kitchen command center.
Exactly.
All right here.
Yeah.
I was a little leery about it at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But once it's been put together and I can see the functionality of it, it became amazing. I absolutely love it. And I'm so excited to have the ability to put the TV away and where I have it not interfere with the entire experience here.
Yeah, and I think that's a key point with guests that usually stay with us. They're wanting to have more of a nature feel. Right. They're not traveling to watch TV, and I think that's what a lot of people, like owners, get confused about. They're like, well, when I travel, I want a TV. That's great, but a lot of our guests are more nature focused.
Right.
So when they're in the tiny home, they're either on the deck, they're doing a barbecue, they're doing a fire pit, they're laying in bed watching the stars. That's the type of experience that we want our guests to have.
Yep.
And we do offer Wi-Fi, but we'd rather them be more in touch with each other than with Wi-Fi and
Absolutely.
TV. Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Is it's here. You have that option,
Yep.
but you can also push it away and forget all about it.
We might not even put a sticker that says TV here. And
We should just leave it as it is.
so
Let them
they'll
discover
only
it.
know it's a TV if they watch my video about the how-tos.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to be like, what's this?
Nobody.
Oh my goodness, it's a TV.
They're gonna do it when they're checking to make sure they got all the stuff out of the tiny
Right.
house, and like
Right.
very last, they're like, there was a TV the whole time.
This whole time, I've been
Whole
watching
time.
reruns.
Dang it! Too bad we had some good communication and love between each other. We should have watched some Netflix. Well, how about you show me a little bit about the bathroom, because I know the bathroom was a tight space that we made look and feel huge. So I want to
Correct.
go to that area and just kind of do a little walkthrough.
Okay, let's do it.
Awesome.
We had this extra space, and of course behind the stairs, we've got the shelving that we have next to the bathroom, or next to the toilet. We put some decorations up there, but of course we can put some different things down there. With the sink over here, with the bathroom sink, we wanted to make sure that we created as maximum amount of space here within the sink and the shelving and the counter and the cabinets underneath. And if we went with the typical classic kind of a sink that sank down into the counter, then we would have lost all the space down there. So we went with this raised sink here, and it just amplifies and augments the entire experience here within the bathroom. The shower is actually, it's a pretty tall shower, and it turned out beautiful. Just very excited about it.
Okay, so this area actually turned out really nice in the tiny home.
It did.
It brings in a lot of comfort. You got this amazing couch that acts as a second bed, and then at nighttime you can sit and look up at the stars.
Through both of the skylights.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it brings a lot of light in during the day, and then at nighttime you've got the stars.
Because we removed the loft out of the option,
Yep.
it opened this entire area up. I think this would have been a very cramped tiny home.
Me too.
If we would have left the loft.
Yes.
It would have been a lot harder to get up and down the ladder.
Yep.
I just love the fact that we've got the bedding, everything is here without having to interfere with the space.
And it's safer for kids too.
Totally safer.
Yeah, it's a safer route. It makes the tiny home more open. It leads to better views, and I love these windows. I love how we surrounded the couch with windows to kind of bring it all in, and the blinds help too. If they did want to turn on the TV, heaven forbid, there won't be any glares on the TV. I mean, that mountain is just incredible. I love that mountain. And then your deck faces it, so it's like perfect.
Right.
They can sit out on the deck.
But the sunset on these mountains,
beautiful.
you cannot beat it.
No, let alone the rising. The sunrise
That's
is
true.
gorgeous. I don't wake up early enough to see it, but I heard it is beautiful. Do you want to show me the deck really fast?
Yeah, let's show you the deck.
All right, let me take a look. So we're sitting on your deck right now,
Yes, we
and
are.
I just wanted to take a fast, quick moment and talk about the fact that we've got a full-on sitting area, really nice barbecue, a fire pit, and a view.
Two views.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
This side and that side.
I love it. I love that mountain. It's so clear today. The stars are going to be amazing tonight.
And when there is any type of cloud,
Yeah.
oh, it just paints the picture.
Oh, it does.
It paints the sky.
I love the layout. I love everything about the tiny house. And the name is perfect. The Falls,
Yep.
that's perfect. In the listing, I did describe it in the name category just to see if people book more of a descriptive name or if they'd like the name. So I'm gonna play around with it, see what happens.
Okay, we're excited. So very excited. Thank you, Autumn.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
It's no surprise that the day I put his tiny home on Zion's Tiny Getaway, it booked immediately. And if it keeps going like this, it will be one of our most popular homes.